Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Friday, October 7th, 2022. People, right off the bat, I want to bring something to your attention that it's not going to surprise you at all. But it's the same tactic that is used over and over and over again to justify insane amounts of spending to support wars, to expand wars, and to make you afraid. So this is a quote here. President Biden is warning of nuclear Armageddon. Nuclear Armageddon. Again, what is this really all about? To justify much more, probably another $1 trillion in spending to support this war over there. And it's just laughable in my view, how they utilize this same fear tactic repeatedly to justify, here's a crisis here, people, nuclear Armageddon. It can't get any worse than that. So what he's trying to do is you're being set up. You're being set up here for who knows how much cash here to be thrown at this war over there that none of us voted to support here, but you must support it now because it's nuclear Armageddon. So just let's, look, it's just so disgusting to me, really. And I wonder how many people are going to buy it. Probably a lot, because they have no idea what's going on anyway. And this is seriously just another mechanism to empower central banks, none more so than the Fed, because we don't have a single dime. We are broke. Our nation is destitute. We're so far in debt beyond anyone's wildest imaginations, and it's just not going to stop. So anyway, look, so just be prepared to hear about another weapons package bigger than anything that has ever come before, because now we're facing nuclear Armageddon. Now look, on the back of that, here's the economic news this morning. So September non-farm payrolls came in at 263,000 for the entire month of September. And I want you to believe this is a good number. Let me explain this to you. We're losing jobs, net losing jobs. If you weigh the entire month of September against first-time unemployment claims, you will see that we're losing jobs. And it's incredible here. We have an economy in free fall. The economic news doesn't stop. The bad economic news does not freaking stop. But they want you to believe that we're adding jobs. No, we're not adding a damn thing. They also want you to believe that the unemployment rate is falling. Make it up. Make any of this stuff. Look, it's propaganda. It's the same as if it was any other time in history where the media outlet is controlling the thought process of the masses via, keeping everyone propagandized. It's out of control here. Our economy is dead. It's in free fall. And look, something here is going on, and you need to know about this. So here's a headline from Market Watch, okay? Bond market is facing historic losses. People, it's starting to get attention. And this is what I've been hoping for, but is it going to make any difference? I don't think so here. I really don't. People don't even understand what the debt market is. They don't understand that the stock market is a derivative of it. They're being lied to on an incredible scale, how it's low rates that are causing this inflation and not the free fall currency around the world. People have no idea at all as to what is really going on. And it's just so pathetic to me. It really, really is. Anyway, so that's the stories this morning. I can't wait, just going back to what I started this video off, to see what they're going to do now. So again, nuclear Armageddon. We're already sending hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars over to Ukraine to support this war. None of us voted for, but you have to support the war because now it's nuclear Armageddon. How are these things allowed to get away with the stuff that they pull off here to the American people and to the people of the world? How is that? I mean, something with a name, for example, like the Inflation Reduction Act. We're gonna spend hundreds of billions of dollars. We're gonna spend, and that's gonna reduce inflation. Well, then why not make it $10 trillion and we'll have none? Again, they package this stuff up. They give it a name that people go, oh yeah, it's a great thing. And then people support it. We're the people on the streets right now. they're nowhere. Again, it's the boiling frog, and they're not going to stop. Going back to this market here, okay, with regard to this bond market issue, clearly gauging from the action we're seeing in the debt market, again, we have instability, and it's becoming a problem again. The 10-year yield is just a shade under 3.9. 3.9, and bond yields have reversed and starting to sell off again. Dollar getting stronger. Look, this is it. And again, it's this back and forth freaking yo-yo action between, what central banks are doing, what they're not doing, the game that they're playing right now. Look, who knows what they have up their sleeve? I'll be honest with you. Are they really going to allow this thing to implode? I'm still going to say no, but I could be very wrong. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what kind of action is taken here. If in fact we continue to see this sell-off here, and this is not Greg Mannarino anymore. This is Market Watch. Bond market facing historic losses. Okay, you know how this works, people. When bonds sell off, big time, historic, according to Market Watch here, and this is historic. Yields rise here. And the issue is not that yields are rising, it's that the fact that the debt market is illiquid. There's not and it's getting attention everywhere. JP Morgan, who's going to buy the debt? Duh. This issue is not, like we talked about yesterday, the Federal Reserve's greatest nightmare. It's our greatest nightmare, and they're forcing this upon the people of the world. Again, it's a debt hyper bubble. This debt hyper bubble is a greater threat than nuclear Armageddon. I'm telling you, but our president wants you to look there. Again, nuclear Armageddon. So we're going to spend untold amounts of cash to support this war over there. That's what it's all about. No endeavor that you can dream about, think about, fantasize about, or anything else generates more cash for the military-industrial complex than war. Period. Why do you think that wars just don't stop around the world? There's always wars going on somewhere, and there's always some banks that are funding the whole damn thing. It's central banks. And here in the United States, this is the mechanism. And they want you to believe that all this spending is not inflationary. Again, you know how this works, people, but no one has a clue. But let's go over it just real quick here. If you look at the aggregate, the entire amount of fiat currency that exists in the world via every single central bank here, and understand that when cash is added to that vast pool of fiat currency, which is nothing more than debt, okay, it dilutes the purchasing power of the existing currency and the incoming currency they're adding to the existing pool. You understand? It's massively inflationary. And it's destroying the purchasing power of the currency, henceforth why we're seeing inflation. It has nothing to do with rates at all. You don't understand how much this bothers me. It bothers me so much because you and I spoke about this a long time ago, how raising rates wouldn't help. It would make no difference at all. But they're going out of their way to try to convince you that it's going to make a difference. It isn't, it hasn't, and it won't. It's not even meant to do it. But we're going to spend our way out of inflation. Oh yeah, ask Nancy Pelosi, ex-president, mummified mummy man. He'll tell you the same thing. Oh, let's spend our way out of inflation. You can't make that up if you try to. But that's what they're doing here. Let's go back to this market. On the back of the 10-year yield rising, bonds selling off again, U.S. dollar strength, all the things that are very negative for the stock market, wouldn't you guess? Let's see. Where do you think stock futures are right now? They're lower across the board, pointing towards a lower open. Trading didn't start for about 32 minutes from the time I am doing this. Okay, isn't that just lovely? So, we got crypto under pressure here. Cryptocurrency is under pressure. Bitcoin around 19.5. You got gold and silver under pressure here. Crude oil is catching a bid, though, with this whole thing with OPEC plus their ass. You know that. Who's talking about even more cuts moving forward. You got all these big banks talking about 100 plus oil very, very soon. $100 plus per barrel very soon. Duh. We know the mechanism here. Do you see what's going on here? Do you really see it? The propaganda, but meanwhile they're destroying the economy. The Federal Reserve, central banks right now doing everything in their power to cause the global economy to free fall. This is their goal. Crush the economy, crush the middle class here, force them to the lower rung, empower the 1 and 2 percenters, and that's how it's going to play out here. Two-tier society, people, feudal system, like I've explained to you for over a decade, is coming. And this is accelerating, this is getting worse, and the propaganda is getting worse because now it's nuclear Armageddon. And that is going to justify unlimited spending on a war here that you didn't vote for, and neither did I. All right, look, I'm out of here. Please ponder these things today. Let's see what happens in the freak show. Keep your eye on the 10-year yield, the relative strength of the dollar, or better yet, the MMRI, which I expect to jump right here at the open. Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, free to everyone. Link in the description of this video. All right, people, that's all. I'll see you later.